What is up? What is up, everybody? We are back for another live stream today. I have Brandon Beckwith, founder of International Artist Project, on. How we doing today, Brandon?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yep.
really excited to have you on. It's been an amazing day here today. We've chatted a couple of times, and I've actually seen what you've been building over on Artisan
Yes.
through the different folks over there. So it's been really cool to now be able to dive down, sit down with you, and chat more about your project. So, do you want to just share with everyone a little bit more about you yourself?
Yeah. Myself, yeah. My name is Brandon Beckwith, founder of International Artist Project, and I'm originally from California. I live in Amsterdam in the Netherlands right now, and travel quite often for the project. So that's basic of it, and I'll get more into it as we go. Not talk too much in the beginning. So
I love it. I love
yeah.
it. So let's start with Artisan. There is always something going on at Artisan in many different ways. I'd love to know how you kind of got introduced to Artisan and kind of that since that's how we met.
Yep.
Kind of bring us to the present day.
Yeah, so actually, because the International Artist Project, the concept of it was it started in 2023 was to find one artist born in every single country of the world and create a community and build the world album, which we completed actually over a year ago. It was the first album in history to feature artists born in every country of the world. Well, the artist from Nicaragua in Central America was a part of Artisan since I believe season three, maybe season four.
Okay.
And once we finished the world album, there was a lot of funds that we want to put towards festivals, more production for certain artists in Africa or Asia or just really anywhere in the world. And we also wanted to build a documentary around it to tell artist stories. So it was tough to raise dollar for dollar on our own. And she had told me about Artisan, and I mean, man, we put down we raised about only close to like 3,000 or so, but we got over 17,000 paid out through Artisan because their match funding and like just the system that it worked out. So yeah, and then now that that season ended, we plan to do some reinvesting back into the following season now as well, just to kind of compound that money and be able to do what we can with it. So, yeah, Artisan's great, but it's like a community connected us to a community that connected us to a community. So
Yeah, it's crazy how those like mutuals of mutuals of
that
mutuals
connected
really.
us as well,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah,
exactly,
and then we
right? So
got
now the
connected.
fourth
Yes, yeah,
mutuals, right?
yeah,
No, I think that's awesome. Getting one artist born of every country
yes,
is a really interesting challenge. Do you want to
yeah.
share like what kind of started that process? Like what kind of sparked that idea?
Yeah, so I just turned 38, but I've been doing music my whole life. But when I was 34, it was the first time I ever started traveling around the world. I mean, the first place I went from California was to Cairo, Egypt, to go see the pyramids. I was like, just gonna go hit it big immediately. But I traveled a bunch through Western Europe after on that same trip, and I fell in love with the Netherlands, like Amsterdam especially, and just like the music culture and just like everything. And I ended up moving here like 4 months, 5 months later, and I was just figuring out what to do, get a job out here, maybe do music stuff, and this idea just clicked. And I think it was just this cultural overload because like Hong Kong, New York, and Amsterdam are like some of the three of the biggest hubs of like different cultures of people. So I think just it was the right blend, and I just had this idea like, why instead of traveling all around the world, like what if I found an artist from everywhere? And I traveled over 14 months to 32 countries and built like a global A&R team as we went. I found about 110 of the 197 artists, but about 87 to 90 of them were found by agents or artists referring other artists. But we even got a North Korean defector, one that escaped North Korea as, at 8 years old. We got a Vatican City priest that was 70 years old. I slept outside the Vatican, like and inside the walls for 2 days. Um, but yeah, it took 14 months to get an artist from every country. And then a total of like from idea to finishing the world album was 9 days short of 2 years. So
Wow,
722 days. Yeah.
that's
But
awesome.
yeah,
That's
it
cool
goes deep.
to Yeah, that's cool to just see like an idea spark because of the cultural hub that you're in, right?
I
I've
believe that was the best
that
part of the recipe. Like music was the foundation, but it was the people I think that
Yeah,
just really sparked it. So
that's cool. What were What was the actual process of getting people? So did you just start
Yeah,
and start asking people like off rip, like what is the beginning conversations of being like, you're one of 197, right?
yeah. Well, the very first artist too that I had found actually was from the Netherlands. Her name was Izzy. Well, it's still Izzy. It wasn't was Izzy. It's Izzy.
Yeah.
So from Amsterdam, and she's a producer. Does like trance, uplifting trance, side trance, like, and she DJs all around different countries. So we had talked, and I told her about the project, but obviously sounded like a crazy person, being like, "You're gonna be the first person,"
Yeah.
while I go find all these other artists. And I think there was a little bit of like, maybe wondering in the beginning, but now here we are 3.5 years later, like super cool, still making music together. And she got to see it from the beginning all the way to the end.
That's
But
cool.
the last artist was a North Korean artist, actually, because that was tough, man. Like finding, not only finding someone that had defected, but also someone that would be willing to, like, because they
Yeah.
weren't representing their countries. It was just artists born in each
Yeah.
country, and they could do whatever music style they wanted. So, but we ended up getting 4 world records off of it too. So most languages on an album with 93, most genres on an album with 121, most artists born from most countries with 197 plus, because there was also all these different soon to be countries. And then also, this is the crazy one. Uh, in the first day of release, because everyone promoted it at the same time, 187 of 197 countries listened on the first day, and after 7 days, there was streams from everywhere in the world except North Korea, because they obviously don't have access. So we got a world record for that too. So
That's
crazy.
really cool. Do you want
Yeah.
to one of the things I've always like dreamed of in my time in the on-chain music space has been like, how can we leverage the fact that we have this financial currency that can cross borders, but then
Yes.
also B, like we have this ability to now communicate and coordinate with individuals from other cultures, other languages, and
Yeah.
other places. And now
Technology
how
maybe 20, 30 years ago, this would have been a whole different journey, So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it would have taken a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And the
Maybe
cool
14
thing,
years, not 14 months. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah.
the cool thing about the fact that now like that access is all possible, and the fact that everyone was able to kind of like promote that all at the same time, and what was the coordination effort like for actually managing all that?
Well, one thing I didn't really expect, because I had a lot of help around me. Like, obviously, I was the driving force and like had the
Yeah,
idea, and like had to be the one to keep it going. Like, if I stop, who keeps
yeah,
going? So like, but like even my mom, like my family was all excited about it. Like my mom found 6 artists. Like my
that's
sister
cool.
found two. Sister
Okay,
found an artist. My dad found 2 artists. Like so, like, but there was like agents helping artists would be like, which who do you need?
yeah,
I'd be
what
like, I need
countries
someone
do you?
from Costa Rica. They're like, I know someone from Costa Rica. So
That's
so
cool.
the community part helped, but like
Yeah,
what I did start to realize, and I was able to keep it genuine, which was surprising because normally you feel like you'd have to get fake, like after talking with 200 people. But I felt like the one most important piece of glue here was the relationships, like not just between the artists, but like with me and the artist. Because
yeah.
if they don't believe in the project and are like, we're gonna be, because we would find an artist, and like the world album wasn't going to get released for like 2 years, so like I can't lose touch with them, like so there was a lot of relationship building along the way that needed to happen as well. So, but it ended up being very genuine. So
That's super cool. We always talk about community building in different ways and different ways to leverage it. And I kind of love tokenomics in the Web3 space and like how
yes,
blockchain can be used to leverage potential sustainability over time as well. I'm curious, at any point, did you start to weave any of that in? Are you
yeah.
what's the kind of plan going forward to continue that community building step? Is there a platform that you want to build? Is there like a platform that you see that's a great point of place to kind of converge and leverage? Where are you at with that?
Yeah, so I'll answer that in like multiple ways. So the first thing I'll address is like the Web3 and like crypto space. So I actually played a lot with that in like in 2019, 2020, 2021. And I'd actually made a decent little amount of money off that enabled me to kind of step away from my corporate style job and do the traveling and do the music. So, but it was more just me day trading and night trading and like doing all these things like with like Dogecoin and like Ethereum and like all Solana, like all when that was kind of going crazy. But then right before it dipped, I kind of got out at the right time. Not perfect time, but kind of right time. So I kind of got a different experience at a different time with that. But the only thing that we really dove into, but we didn't finish it because it just didn't seem of the greatest importance like at the time. But we wanted to try to start making NFTs like for like every single artist, like to be able to
Yeah.
have different cultural things. But like it just kind of fell short because it wasn't a priority. But as far as so that's like one part of just like my experience and kind of how it's messed with that. Like collaborating with that. The second part is as part of the community building. I mean, they always say projects like
I think your mic may have cut out a little bit.
might went a little crazy. Good.
It's still a little quiet and weird. I wonder if it's my end. What do you think, Sam? Can you hear it okay? Yeah, it sounds a little like just like quiet and robotic. I don't know. Like the mic is just like,
Maybe if I leave and come back.
huh. Well, that's too bad. That was awesome. We'll see him pop back in. I'm very interested to there's so many different pieces. Yeah, was it weird and garbled though, Sam? That's okay. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I think it was just a potential audio glitch. Sounds good now, I think. No. That's weird. No, I don't know. Something happened. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can see the mic coming up.
Yeah. We're on a good little roll
Oh.
there too, so
Yeah, I don't know. It's just if you want to just be closer to the mic, it's honestly not that bad, but it is like weirdly different. Yeah, okay. Sam said it sounded garbled. I need to put this desk behind a green screen. Closer stuff. Well, that's unfortunate. He was talking to sauce. I like that. The world records are astounding. Yeah, outstanding. Yeah, it's very cool. I'm interested about like how it connects up with a lot of the things we've been doing. Honestly, I feel like there's so many ways to tap in, right? Like he at the end he was saying like, you know, thought of NFTs for all of the artists, but didn't actually want to like pursue it because I guess time wasn't right, probably more than anything. And I kind of still think unless you're super deep in it, like we are, it probably isn't right. But I'm curious. That is true. That is true. Okay. Test test.
how we sound.
Oh, much better. Oh no. It was good for a quick second. Uh, like I can tell what you're saying, but it doesn't come out cleanly. I mean, we can send it to you. Yeah, I don't know. We could try a different thing and I could share it if you want to just like rip over to Google Meet. It's probably a better idea. Unfortunately, Restream strikes again. That's unfortunate. But okay. We will make it through. Okay, sending this. And let's. Well, that's unfortunate. Dun 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 dun. We could do to be continued. I don't mind that as another option. But let's see how this Google Meet works. I think we can make it work. We ball out. So now if I share my screen. Oh. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Restream is bugging.
Can we run it off this or no?
Yeah, I started streaming it from here.
It's all right. It was the app. It looked like it was the app. It was the app that was the problem. Okay. Yes. Oh, but about how to keep the community building. Yeah. Real life human connection, like, and honestly, like, so right now, so after we released, so even before the world album, we did like a lead up album that had actually 80% of the world on it. It was artists from 158 countries. That one even had 64 languages and 104 music genres, not quite the 93 and 121 the world album had, but so there's been like a series of all these big international global albums. Well, to take it a step further, on like more of a meaningful level, uh I had told all the artists, like all 200 plus on the project from the world album, that if they wanted to be on this following, which might potentially be the last international artist project album, every song, the concept is a collaboration between artists born in two or more countries. So no solo songs this time. You gotta team up, and so we started that in October of last year, and I'm actually submitting that album in like a day or 2 days, and we're going to be releasing it at the end of this month, which I'll be announcing right after. So yeah, so this album, yeah, and it's just going to be called International Artist Project, like by itself, just like a self-titled project, thing, just called the International Artist Project, and this one's going to have close to, it's about half the world, but every song is like a blend of languages, genres, styles. Like on one song, you have an artist from Guinea in Africa, Laos in Southeast Asia, and Montenegro in Europe. And another one, you got someone from the Netherlands, Greece, and the Congo in Africa. You got another one with, which crazy is Spain and Argentina have a song together. And that was before they even had played each other in the World Cup. So crazy they ended up doing that. But and there's gonna be roughly about 40 to 50 songs on it, and it's gonna run about 3 hours. So all these albums are long. Like even the world album was 12 hours, 38 minutes, and the album before that was 9 hours and like 18 minutes. So yeah. But yeah, they're just massive, like albums, like with so many people on it. So yeah. Yeah. A lot of the art, it was a lot of the artists actually idea. They should, like, you should go apply for world records, or like, but and another thing though, which is pretty cool, is well, a couple things. Like, to finish your question on the connection thing, there is a big dream that we have. But it's not something just to attack right away. I think maybe it just needs a little more time, the project to grow, and also the right thing. But is to do international artist festival. So the first festival in history to feature artists from every country in the world. So yeah. Oh, are you there? Got it. Got it. I'll let you take a second. Yeah. Jump to another app or come out of this app and come back in. Yeah. The app. Okay. Yeah. I'm cool with it. So yeah. Share what? We're just gonna be kind of cutting it. Yeah. All right. Well, in his words, we're gonna sneak peek and rock out, and you'll get a little taste of this later. So yeah, and if you want to check out anything with the project too, it's International Artist Project, just on Instagram, even International Artist Project, and with Artisan, artisan.fund, FUND as well. So, but one love, and yeah, I'll catch you all on the other side.